not of piety and spirituality, but one exclusively of provocation and sorcery in the hands of the BJP to seduce voters ahead of the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Listen to Congress Party leader and Chief Minister of Karnataka, Siddaramaiah, as he vows never to worship, as he calls him, the BJP's Ram.
ರಾಮಾಯಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ, ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ, ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಸೀತಾದೇವಿ, ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಇರೋದು. ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿಯವರು ರಾಮನ್ನ ಪೂಜಿಸ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ರಾಮನ್ ಪೂಜಿಸಲ್ಲ.
The Congress's BJP's Ram jibe doesn't only undermine the significance of the Pran Pratishtha, but it also questions, many are saying, the bona fides of the devotees themselves. It is almost as if for the Congress, every pilgrimage and every pilgrim to Ayodhya is not a Ram Bhakt, but a BJP Bhakt, ready to play his part in worshipping a false god. That's what the BJP has been saying, viewers, all day today. Nothing, however, could be further from the truth. Instead, the devotees talk of the sacrifices they made to be in Ayodhya and the deeply spiritual motivations that drew them here. Some viewers are just plain happy to be at the feet of their Lord.
Everybody wants to just visit the temple, see the Ram Mandir, but you can see how the crowd here is. They don't want to wait, and there's a whole lot of chaotic situation right now. There is a heavy deployment over here of the personals, but they are not able to manage this much of crowd. All the bhakts over here, they really want to go inside and visit the Ram temple. There are so many people who still are chanting राम नाम over here.
दर्शन अच्छे हुए? कितनी देर प्रतिमा के सामने खड़े रहे, आइडल के सामने खड़े रहे?
मैं तो दर्शन किया, उसके बाद पीछे चेयर रख के 2 मिनट दर्शन किया.
अरे वाह,
चेयर ऊपर चढ़ के मैंने दर्शन किया शांति से.
आगे जा नहीं सकते
नहीं, थोड़ा देर रोकने का मौका दे रहे हैं वहाँ,
लेकिन का मौका दे रहा है प्रशासन, सहयोग कर रहा है,
बहुत सहयोग कर रहे हैं.
We are all from Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and the experience is just to cannot be decoded or expressed through the words, because it's purely goosebumps, and the devotion, the bhakti, and the way that it was organized by the entire government and the local police. It was amazing experience. As I told, we have been there for last 4 days, where we have been reciting the Ayodhya Pasaram, the Divya Prabandham, at the Sugriva temple, which is just 100 meters from the new temple. Overall, the experience was, it was an amazing experience.
An amazing experience. They are telling you about their motivations. To allege that the Ram who has returned to Ayodhya is an allegedly vengeful BJP god installed to mark the rise of Hindu exceptionalism and Hindutva triumphalism is to ignore some facts, viewers. And I always bring you the hard facts so you can get closer to the truth, so you can cut through some of the misinformation. I'm not calling it disinformation, I'm only calling it misinformation, in the hope that those who are spreading it correct themselves. Viewers, while the event is undeniably rich in political symbolism, there is also no doubt that it is consecrating some higher ideals. The Mandir, Ram Lalla's idol, and the Yajmans in attendance are not merely mortar and flesh. They have been assembled keeping in mind essential values. Let me run you through some of these values, viewers. One is inclusiveness. Why am I saying that? Because, viewers, it's not just a temple built to pay homage to Ram Lalla, but it will also house the idols, the images of deities and venerated figures from India's Hindu mythology. Viewers, we are talking about Jatayu, Shabrima, Valmiki, Parshuram. Why, viewers? Because they represent a number of sampradayas, a number of different denominations. And each one of these denominations, viewers, can then feed into the mainstream, feel connected to the mainstream. The Prime Minister, before the Pran Pratishtha, released a set of 6 stamps that commemorated Kevat Raj and also Ma Shabri, viewers, and several others, Jatayu, several others who are worshipped by many across the length or breadth of India and are connected intrinsically to Lord Ram. That is why I spoke about inclusivity. It also, viewers, is an embodiment. The temple superstructure is an embodiment of our territorial integrity. Soil, building material has been brought to construct the edifice from 10 or more states. The wood has been sourced from pretty much every major state of the country. Ram unifies Bharat territorially. Viewers, the Yajmans, in the ultimate ode to inclusiveness, belong to different castes, different regions of India, the 14 couples. All of them were there in the Garbhagriha, in the sanctum sanctorum. Viewers, not only in spirit, but in brick and mortar, this structure is an edifice to Sabka Bharat. And therefore, viewers, it is a little sad to constantly hear big, important politicians from the opposition constantly politicizing this great sea of devotion, viewers, that we are witnessing today. And let's open this up, because the fundamental question that pops into our mind is that, is the opposition so today overwhelmed by its own partisan outlook that it has become disconnected from the larger pulse of devotion, genuine devotion that is flowing towards the Lord? Let's ask that fundamental question, viewers, tonight. I want to begin by putting this question to Sanjay Jha, and I want to bring in Sanju Verma right at the top. Sanjay Jha, has the India Alliance or India bloc misread Bharat's mood? This kind of unprecedented show of devotion, of love, ardency towards Lord Ram cannot be orchestrated. You missed out once before. Are you missing out once again? Because you're not being able to look or overlook your own hatred, perhaps, your own sense of bitterness, perhaps, I don't know what it is, against one man. Is that really what has taken hold today of the opposition? Sanjay Jha.
Yeah, Rahul, good evening. My short response to you in bullet points. Number one, the BJP or the RSS are not the custodians of Hinduism. They are the political custodians of the term Hindutva coined by Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. Hinduism is centuries old, a great religion, I'm part of it, very eclectic, compassionate, inclusive, universal. I don't think the BJP or the RSS are anywhere close to the original Hinduism, its tenets or its ethos. So I really frankly don't take the BJP and the RSS seriously at all. As far as the opposition is concerned, my point number two, they have been very categorical, Rahul, that we do not believe that this very sacred, pious, sacrosanct ceremony of the Pran Pratishtha should have been converted into a political project by the BJP, which we believe is absolutely incongruous, if not altogether shameful. Point number three, Narendra Modi himself had to concede yesterday that when he thanked the judiciary is what I have been saying on your program and the opposition has been saying for a long time. He acknowledged the truth that the Ram temple has happened because the Supreme Court took a unanimous decision. It has got nothing, zero to do with the BJP manifesto wanting to have a Ram temple. By the way, the Congress had the Ram temple in its 1991 manifesto. The Congress had a manifesto in 1991 that categorically said we'll have a Ram temple, but not at the cost of destroying the Babri Masjid. The BJP did exactly that, and we know how India has thereafter been splintered. Point number 4. Why was, if it is a religious function, why was, or rather why were the 4 Shankaracharyas, the true apostles, the seers of Hinduism, conspicuous by their absence? None of the 4 attended the Pran Pratishtha of Ram Lalla. Can you imagine that? Point number 5. The President of India, the Commander-in-Chief, the head of state is not present on such a glorious occasion. What does it tell you about the respect that this government has for actually the people in our society who matter? And there are many people who attended, by the way, who said that Mr. Modi, and we saw some of the hoardings, I saw them on social media, was actually trying to overpower and overwhelm the bigger message of Ram Lalla.
All subjective, you know that.
Yeah,
Whatever you're saying is all subjective. Let me get to the facts.
That doesn't
One
matter.
second,
How
one
can I
second.
make
No,
last
no,
point?
Sanjay, it does matter. Sanjay Jha, it does matter. Subjectivity.
I'm not done yet. I had to make
no,
one more
because,
point.
okay,
No,
one
no,
second,
you
one
can't
second.
have a
Just
minute.
one minute. Please, everyone, just take a deep breath. 1 second, I'll come out to you, no problems. We have enough time. Sanjay Jha, I asked you a simple question. I didn't ask about whether this was a political event. I conceded as much. There is political symbolism. Why are we running away from it? It was there when Rajiv Gandhi declared, as you've said in your manifesto, in your political manifesto,
Yes.
to make the Ram Mandir. Why grudge the BJP the same? Number 2,
Because
it was the one
because
second. Just,
it
Sanjay
said
Jha,
not
let me finish,
destroying
please.
the Babri
No,
Masjid.
let me.
There's a
No one has said that, sir. Please, no one said that. Show me one statement where the BJP on record in any of its manifesto has said we will destroy the Babri Masjid. In fact, I have
But
the
they did that,
manifestos.
right?
2019.
But they ended up doing it.
2019. Sanjay Jha, can you show me one person who has gone to jail, implicated in the demolition? I'm not saying here that the
You want to read
demolition
the
didn't take
Librarian
place.
Commission?
Just 1 second.
Have you
Just
read
1
the
second.
Librarian
I'm talking
Commission?
about the verdict,
It
sir.
indicted
I'm
every
talking about the
BJP
verdict
leader,
because
including Vajpayee.
Sanjay Jha, you have very little faith in commissions. Only the commissions that you set up are the ones that are gospel. Anyone else sets up a commission, you don't believe it because you believe that they're government directed. And we've seen that. The Supreme Court had told a bunch of people to leave the premises and not waste the time of the court by making all sorts of imputations against Mr. Adani and go by what the commission has said. So 1 second, just a minute. I asked you a very simple question. All what you're saying might be true, but why abuse, insult Lord Ram and call him BJP's Ram? If you say that BJP doesn't own anybody, neither does it own the temple, neither does it own Lord Ram, then why is your chief minister branding Ram Lalla as some BJP apart as part of the BJP's general secretary, membership committee? Come on.
Okay.
Who are you abusing actually? Are you abusing Lord Ram or are you abusing the poor devotees who are going there to pay obeisance, not to some false god? Why are you calling the Ram Lalla who has come there, whose Pratishtha has taken place with so many luminaries there, etc., a BJP's false god?
Can I answer your question?
Yeah, please, very quickly. I want to bring in Sanjay Verma.
Yeah. Mr. Siddaramaiah is extremely clear. I think you got to look into what he's saying. He has the highest respects, as does the Congress party.
What does it mean, sir, BJP's Ram? We believe in Gandhi's Ram, not BJP's Ram. What does this Ram be? How has it got anything to do with the BJP? Explain to me.
Can I speak without your interruption? I don't know why you interrupted me when I was in the middle of my flow. Here it is. Let me repeat that again. Mr. Siddaramaiah's statement, I've heard it. He's talking about the fact nobody, and including him, has ever been disrespectful about any religion. Forget Hinduism or Ram Lalla at all.
I see.
What is he saying? He's saying that Ram Rajya he associates with Gandhi ji. And as far as Ram Lalla is concerned, we all know that the teachings of Ram or the entire philosophy of Ram is not what the BJP is following.
Viewers, he called it he called the idol BJP's Ram, and when we are talking about
He talked about
disrespecting, when we are
attending
talking about
Gandhiji's-
disrespecting, let's go back
Gandhiji's
into
Ram.
history a little bit. The
Gandhiji's
Congress party refused to even accept the existence of Lord Ram, in whose honor Sanjay Jha tells me that they are going that their manifesto had declared that they were going to be setting up a temple. For what? A god that never
BJP
exists.
said that, by the way, do
Sir,
you know
in
that
your,
the
no,
BJP
one second. I'm only
Parliament
bringing
said
out facts.
that
I'm not
Goddess
bringing out
Sita was a
rhetoric.
matter of
These
faith.
are facts.
The BJP in Parliament said that Goddess Sita was a matter of faith.
This cannot
There is
be
no
a
evidence.
monologue by
One
Why
the-
are you not
second.
bringing that
Sanju Verma, please respond.
Why are you not
Suspended
bringing
Please
Congress
respond.
leader.
Why should we
Culture
today,
Minister said that in Parliament.
why should the BJP today take offense from the fact that the ceremony that we witnessed, according to the Congress, was to imbue life into BJP's Ram? Why should we? Why should the BJP?
Rahul, it is 16 minutes into your very engaging debate, and I want my time to put forth my facts out there for your audience. First and foremost, वो एक कहावत है, which most of us are aware of. श्री रामचंद्र कह गए सिया से, ऐसा कलयुग आएगा, हंस चुगेगा दाना दुनका, कौवा मोती खाएगा. But कलयुग जो होना था, वो when the Congress was in power for 5 or 6 decades, वो कलयुग हम देख चुके हैं. Since the start of 22nd January 2024, अब राम राज्य स्थापित हो गया है, and I'll tell you why. We all know this is a 500 or a 1500-year-old civilizational battle. So far, so good. The Supreme Court on the 9th of November 2019, which even Prime Minister Modi acknowledged, gave a unanimous verdict in favor of the Ram Mandir. All that is kosher. But, I have no problems if somebody says this is BJP's Ram. But I have a problem if somebody says that Narendra Modi and the BJP have nothing to do with the Ram Mandir and the consecration ceremony on the 22nd of January, and I'll tell you why. Point number 1. For the longest time, BJP has been accused by no less than leaders from the Congress, including suspended leaders like Sanjay Jha. Each time we brought up the issue of Ram Mandir, they said, "Arey, ye to BJP ka majoritarian agenda hai." Forget about the fact that it was in the 1989 Palampur resolution when BJP brought the Ram Mandir issue for the first time onto the national political landscape of our country. Forget about the fact that Ravi Shankar Prasad, who was then a Union Cabinet Minister in the Modi government, fought on behalf of the Ram Mandir and Ram Lalla for the longest time. Forget about the fact that Kalyan Singh, the ex-Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister of BJP, lost his chief ministership simply because he chose to stand in solidarity with the Kar Sevaks and Ram Bhakts. Forget about the fact that the Congress went to the Supreme Court in 2007 saying Maryada Purushottam Ram is a figment of the imagination of the BJP and RSS. Forget about the fact that people like Shashi Tharoor have called Hindus as, a Hindu Taliban on the rise. Forget about the fact that the likes of B.K. Hari Prasad, a senior Congress leader from Karnataka, taking a potshot at Hindus as Ram Bhakts, said, if Ram Mandir comes up, you will see a Godha-like situation panning out once again on the 22nd of January. And forget about the fact that the Cooperation Minister of Karnataka, N.K. Ranjana, he actually made a very abhorrent and derogatory remark saying, those two idols are not Ram Lalla idols. They were dolls inside the tent. But I want to ask one thing. Forget about all these facts which put Congress in a very, very unflattering light. It portrays it as Hindu-phobic, nothing more, nothing less. I want to ask one question. Why is it that if it is, Sabke Ram, if it is not BJP's Ram, why is it that the Congress leaders, be it Sonia Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge or Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, who were given a respectful invite, declined the invite? Why is it that Priyanka Kharge, the son of Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, he actually endorsed Udayanithi Stalin's bigotry and said if Udayanithi Stalin has said that Sanatan Dharma is equal to dengue, malaria, AIDS, what have you, what is the big deal? He is only stating the truth. Did Rahul Gandhi condemn it? No. So my limited point is this. आपको राम के आधार में विश्वास नहीं है, आपको राम की आस्था में विश्वास नहीं है. You do not believe what Ram Rajya actually stands for. which is holistic living, which is about societal harmony, which is about communal harmony, which is about good governance. And we know that Congress has nothing to do with good governance. And last 30 seconds, we also know that when it comes to communal harmony, the biggest riots in post-independent India, be it the Hashimpura riots of 1987, the Bhagalpur riots of 1989, the Aligarh riot of 2006, the Dhule riot of 2008, the Kokrajhar riots of 2012, the Bharatpur riots of 2011, or for that matter, the Muzaffarnagar riots of 2013. All these riots happened under the incompetent nose of the Congress because Congress wanted to appease a certain vote bank, that is the radical Islamic vote bank.
That's it. Okay, 1 second. Let me open this up. Let me open this up.
Rejoinder because I got to leave at 7:30.
No, 1 second, sir. 1 second. Please.
You gave me barely 4 minutes for Rahul Shivshankar.
Mr. Mitra, you made your point.
Was used. I need to give a rejoinder.
This suspended variety for at least 15 minutes. I got barely 4 minutes.
Yes, don't worry. You said 30 seconds. I gave you those 30 seconds. Now,
but I got in all just 4 minutes compared to the 15 minutes of gibberish that this Congress suspended variety was spewing on your show.
Okay. Let's. The fact is, viewers, 1 minute. Viewers, 1 second. Let me open this up. Abhijit Mitra is also there with us, and we also have Tausif Khan. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, look. Yes, you can say that it was a political event. Yes, you can say that, look, a certain bunch of people, political party, call it what you want to, will derive some sort of electoral benefit, etc. But what does one mean when one steps up to the plate and says that this is a BJP's Ram? Who does this actually hold in contempt?
You see, I don't think they hold it in contempt. The Congress, you see, they've internalized this completely Abrahamic mindset that needs a sacerdotal function. You know, ye asli hai, this is legit, and this is takfir. You know, so this person's Ram is legit for us, this person's interpretation of Ram is legit for us, this person's interpretation of Ram is illegit for us. You know, the whole point of the Bhakti movement was to overcome this kind of sacerdotalism. But the sacerdotalism has always suited the Congress because you see, since the beginning, this lady had this Garibi Hatao campaign. She in fact worsened Garibi. You know, so they've always had this thing that they keep paying off these feudal lords. And feudal lords do very well under the Congress, while the common man always suffers. So this is Siddaramaiah wanting to go back into the same sort of interpretational straitjacket and prevent Hindus from thinking themselves. There is nothing you can do about it. This is the way the Congress thinks. This is the way the Congress's politics has always functioned throughout, number one. That said, we should always give credit to the Congress for not for the construction of the Ram Mandir, because that has happened entirely under the BJP, but I give them 100%, 99% credit for the demolition of the Babri Masjid. Remember, the locks opening that enabled the destruction happened under Rajiv Gandhi, and the actual time it was demolished.
Don't encourage lies on your program.
So we are very grateful to Sanjay Jha for
mendacity. Please don't allow it.
Sanjay Jha, there are book accounts about how P.V. Narasimha Rao looked the other way when he was getting half an hour every half an hour updates.
CBI charge sheet.
You know, there is material that has been material that, sir, the entire the commission
charging it fake news.
Okay. Oh, fake news, is it?
Half the time.
Weren't the locks of the Babri Masjid opened under the Congress? Yes or no?
I mean, you're allowing this man to utter all.
Okay, let me bring in. Okay, 1 second. Tausif Khan. 1 second. Let me bring him in. But 1 second. Yes, Iyer Mitra, you wanted to finish your point. You were rudely interrupted. Yes, finish your point.
Oh, that's fake news, ladies and gentlemen who are watching the program.
Right.
Sanjay Jha, you are the biggest peddler of fake news. Your own party does not take you seriously.
No, 1 second. Just a minute. Let me step in here. Please, 1 second. Sanju Verma, let me come in with a fact.
Stop peddling.
Let me come in with a fact, Sanju Verma, please. Let me come in with a fact to establish this is not fake news. Very recently, Mani Shankar Iyer stepped up and said that it was actually a relative of Mr. Gandhi who was responsible for the desecration of the Babri Masjid. And he named that individual. He named him. Is that fake news, sir? Sanjay Jha?
Rahul, can I answer
No, I'm asking you. Is Manishankar Iyer a liar? Is he part of the fake news? Is he paid by the BJP? Is Sanju Verma having called him last night and told him to say this? No, hang on. You know, don't today weasel out of this. No. Manishankar Iyer. No, hang on. Let me quote Manishankar Iyer. Look,
how can you even have this conversation?
Viewers.
Then why don't you quote Manishankar Iyer on Prime Minister?
Irrelevant suspended variety to your show.
One second. Let's not be personal.
You cannot speak a single coherent sentence.
One second, viewers. Let's just lower everyone's faders because I am reporting from the Hindu, a newspaper that is gospel for the Congress party. He says, Manishankar Iyer, Congress not Rajiv Gandhi responsible for unlocking of Babri Masjid gates. His fealty more right now is not to his own party, viewers, it's to a dynasty, but that's a different matter. Arun Nehru behind it, says Manishankar Iyer. So viewers, this is Congress party leader, top leader, Gandhi family loyalist, on record, quoted in the Hindu. Here it is, viewers. Let's try to zoom in on this. It's right here. So I don't know what is fake news. I think Abhijit Iyer Mitra is spot on. He's well read. And he's so democratic that he even reads the Hindu, viewers. There it is. Congress. There it is. So, you know, the great distinction that Manishankar has is that before every major election, he comes out making Mr. Modi look even better. There you go. Abhijit Iyer Mitra. Congress not Rajiv Gandhi responsible for unlocking of the Babri Masjid gates. And I'm sure that Tausif Khan today, being a politically aware person, will not absolve the Congress of its role. I hope you will not, at least today, sir, being true to your ideological pursuit, you will at least say that this much is true.
Rahul, Supreme Court has already passed the judgment.
Why are you today? Now listen, speak with conviction. Tausif Bhai, speak with conviction. Say what you believe. That the Congress had a role in abetting the demolition of the Babri Masjid. Many people from your community have said it. I can quote them. Now, if they are wrong, that is, of course, comes down to you and your difference of opinion.
Rahul, it is true. When a crime committed. No, Rahul, it is true. You see, it is true that when a crime is committed, the person who is in charge of the country or in charge of that particular state is responsible for it. So the Congress Prime Minister is held responsible for Babri Masjid demolition. Similarly, the Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi is held responsible for the Gujarat pogrom. There is no doubt about that. Now the question today is,
one second, I'll let you, Sanju Verma. You can counter him. Why should I counter him? You counter him. You have the facts. So I know you do. You're well equipped.
Come on, wait. See the question today. What Mamata Banerjee has raised a very pertinent question. She has asked this time and again that why BJP version of Ram excludes Sita. Why Jai Shri Ram?
One second. This is absolutely ridiculous, viewers. I don't know where we are going with this. I want to bring in Sanju Verma. One second. Sanju Verma.
She has also asked.
No, let me bring in Sanju.
She has also reminded the country that Sri Ram, Lord Sri Ram, worshipped Ma Durga.
This cannot be moved off by this TMC goon.
To kill the demon.
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. 1 second. Sanju Verma, respond. You wanted to make a point.
Goddess and the festival
a point of
observed in Bengal.
Mr. Khan, just 1 second. Listen, 1 second. You're going completely off. I don't know what you're talking about. Lower his fader. Please, let's not speak over each other. Let's not become querulous, please. Okay, 1 second.
Can I please?
1 second, Mr. Khan. 1 second, please. Let Sanju Verma respond to your first charge. Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, Sanju Verma. Okay, I think you put yourself on mute. Sanju Verma, please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. Why can't we hear her? Hello?
Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible. Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
My limited point is this. Supreme Court in a historic judgment. I say it is one of the most pertinent judgments in the last so many decades. It said that there was no criminal conspiracy by Narendra Modi, and the word used by the Supreme Court bench was that it has given an unconditional clean chit to Prime Minister Modi, and it actually said that despite being given umpteen opportunities, the key petitioner Zakia Jafri failed to prove anything in a court of law. And last but not the least, the Supreme Court also said, can I please finish, Rahul? What is this, Rahul? You don't allow me to interject. What is this?
Yeah, okay. One second. Mr. Khan, look, either you trust the Supreme Court or you say that you don't trust it. That's up to you. I can't be
You see, the curative
policeman.
petition is still
I can't be a
pending.
policeman
No,
of your biases,
the
sir.
curative
If you have
petition
biases
in the Supreme
which
Court
cloud your
judgment is still
judgment to the
pending.
extent.
The curative petition is still
This
pending.
is bizarre. This is absolutely
come in here,
bizarre.
Rahul.
Yes. Yeah,
This
make
is
your point.
unfair.
Finish your point. Finish your point, Sanju Verma. Finish your point.
Why is BJP against Sita?
I refuse to debate
how
because
ridiculous
you're
is
not
this?
the debate.
How ridiculous
I refuse to
is
debate
this?
like this.
Sanju Verma, go ahead. Go ahead. Make
No,
your
why
point.
should I go ahead when you're not able to moderate this man? He's rambling on and on and on, and you do nothing to contain him.
I've told him to keep quiet numerous times.
Yeah.
Now I can't, if
So
he's
I hope
got
that,
bad
he
manners,
just-
he
he just
can't
zips
really,
it.
I can't,
Please
what do
zip
I
it.
do? If the man
Please
is not,
zip it.
yeah, okay,
Please zip
go
it.
ahead, go ahead, go
And
ahead.
this is for the TMC goon. Please zip it.
Okay,
And now
let's
I'll tell
not-
you why you're wrong.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why you're wrong. I don't care about which curative petition has been filed, what has been done, so on and so forth. In a historic judgment, a 3-judge bench led by the then Chief Justice U. Lalit gave an unconditional clean chit to Narendra Modi, saying he had zero role in the Godhra riots. And
Yeah.
the Chief Justice U. Lalit also said one very important thing. Zakia Jafri, the key petitioner, has been going to every court for the last 20 years but has not given any concrete evidence in a court of law. And the third most important point was, which your audience should hear, that Teesta Setalwad, the court said, had an ulterior motive and her antecedents need to be taken cognizance of because she has not covered herself in glory and she has acted with the brazen motive to malign the then Gujarat police, the then Gujarat
Yes,
chief minister,
that has
and the
been
then
said.
Gujarat governments. So shut up and don't you dare talk
Okay,
about
now
Narendra
let
Modi.
me tell you, viewers, look, let me tell you, it's not Modi who is on trial today. The Congress has put actually Lord Ram on trial, saying that he is a BJP's Ram, Mr. Iyer Mitra, as if Ram would submit himself to the agenda of some political parties.
First of all, Rahul, tell me, was 1971 India's victory or Indira Gandhi's victory? Because immediately after it, the lady declared elections and she used it for politics. Immediately afterwards, it was declared and it was used to get a bigger majority in parliament. Okay, there will always be a political angle to everything. To ask a politician to keep politics out of anything is ridiculous. But you tell me, wasn't the Congress the one that said religion is private first? First, in the same breath, Sanjay Jha says religion should be private, but then why wasn't the President Srimati Draupadi Murmu not invited? Which one is it? You can't have both. Religion can't be private and then, and caste is evil, and then Rahul Gandhi can't be proclaimed as Janaudhari Brahman publicly from every rooftop, and then he can't demand to publicly go to a temple in Assam. Right? This simply cannot happen. So at some point, the problem with the Congress is they are their own worst enemy. They are so confused. They are so bipolar and they're so schizophrenic. I don't know if bipolarity medication is available for an entire institute.
Well, look, I can only say, viewers, and I think I have made it quite clear at the beginning of this show, it is very sad and very unfortunate when a political party suggests that gods take sides and that devotees who have arrived from different corners of this country are worshipping a false god. I think that speaks volumes.
Can I just come in for 20 seconds?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just summing up because I need to move on to the other very consequential debate, which is the one where we are seeing the Assam Chief Minister going up against Mr. Rahul Gandhi in Assam. I think that also needs to be debated. So I'm really tripping into eating into the time for the other debates, Sanju Verma. So let me move on. I just want to quickly conclude by saying that nothing could be further from the truth. The devotees have talked about the sacrifices that they made to be in Ayodhya and the deeply spiritual motivations that drew them here. You see, I think it's better that you don't comment on other people's, especially other denominations, religious and ritual practices, sir. Just like you don't like, I'm lowering your fader, I'm lowering your fader because, sir, you're overlooking a very important fact, that the Pran Pratishtha was of Ram Lalla, a 5-year-old. I think anyone who has read the Ramayana would know that Lord Ram was much older when he met Devi Sita. We all know this. So the Pran Pratishtha is of a child idol. If someone had some brains, they would have assessed that and not made a travesty out of the facts. I need to move on, viewers, because there's been another very consequential development. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has directed that a criminal case be filed against Congress leader Rahul Gandhi for allegedly, quote, provoking the crowd, unquote, after a clash broke out between Congress workers and police on the outskirts of Guwahati on Tuesday. The Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, led by Rahul Gandhi, was stopped from entering Guwahati earlier in the day after it was denied permission to enter city limits because it was widely believed that it would bring the city to a halt, it would throw traffic into chaos. This led to massive protests from Congress workers. The police had to employ force to halt the Congress workers who broke barricades and, of course, viewers, engaged in many scuffles with the police. Later, Gandhi addressed the party workers and the supporters on the outskirts of the capital city, referring to them as Babbar Sher or lions who were strong enough to topple barricades. Mr. Gandhi said, we have broken barricades, but we will not break the law. How he made that distinction, I can't understand. Because at the end of the day, it was a breach of police lines. In the wake of the incident, Himanta Biswa Sarma took to Twitter and accused Rahul Gandhi and his party cadre of unruly behavior and employing, quote, Naxalite tactics, unquote. He went on to say, quote, these are not part of Assamese culture. We're a peaceful state. Such Naxalite tactics are completely alien to our culture. I've instructed DGP Assam Police to register a case against your leader Rahul Gandhi for provoking the crowd and use the footage you have posted on your handles as the evidence, unquote. Viewers, of course, this has led to a massive fight as the Congress party leader has hit back against Himanta Biswa Sarma, saying that the Chief Minister's actions were, quote, intimidation tactics, unquote, that would instead prove to be beneficial to the Congress party's yatra by drawing public attention. Well, at least he succeeded in that. But viewers, this is a Nyaya Yatra, isn't it? It's about high principles of upholding justice, delivering justice and upholding the law. But the person in the middle of your frames stands accused today, sir, of breaking the law. Isn't this a contradiction in terms? Let's open this up. Let's go straight across. First to Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, I want to bring you in on this. Many people are saying today, especially those who are supporters of the Congress, that we're a democratic country. People have a right to take their procession on whatever chosen path they believe will draw the greatest attention to their cause. What's the problem? Very often, BJP protesters walk down public thoroughfares, even in the union capital, protesting against Mr. Kejriwal. Why should Rahul Gandhi have been given no access?
Let's be very clear, Rahul. Since you appreciate the hard facts, let me give you a few. First and foremost, whenever there's a rally or a public procession that needs to be carried out, not only in a public thoroughfare, but otherwise, you need to take permission from the local police, the DM or the district collector, what have you. In this case, Rahul Gandhi, the initial problem started when he was denied permission to visit the Shiva temple in Nagaon in Assam. Now, what did the local police there say in Nagaon? They said that you can visit the Shiva temple anytime after 3 p.m. on the 22nd of January 2023. But we will not give you permission at 11 a.m., which is what you want, because there could be law and order issues. The Pran Pratishtha ceremony will be over only by 1:32. After that, you're free to do as you will. This was communicated to Jairam Ramesh. This was communicated to Gaurav Gogoi, who's been accompanying Rahul Gandhi on his Assam and Northeastern yatra. This was also communicated to Rahul Gandhi. He had absolutely no problem. They agreed that we will visit the temple at 3 p.m. Suddenly, Rahul Gandhi, as is so typical of him, he loves to peddle this victimhood narrative, but nobody's buying it anymore. He says, अरे मुझे तो हिमंता बिस्वा शर्मा की पुलिस ने रोक दिया, ये लोग मुझसे डर गए हैं. I just want to say this: law and order under the 7th schedule of the Constitution is a state subject. The Chief Minister, the local police is absolutely well within its rights to deny a public procession or to deny a politician, that to somebody as incendiary as Rahul Gandhi, permission if it deems fit in the cause of greater good. And my last but not the least, the most important point is this. Rahul Gandhi is saying that he's part of the ... alliance. Do you remember in 2017, Mohan Bhagwat was denied permission by Mamata Banerjee to have a rally at parade grounds? Do you remember as recently as 2019, Amit Shah's chopper was not given permission to land at Malda? Because Mamata Banerjee felt ये तो law and order का situation खराब करने यहाँ पर अमित शाह जी आए हैं. As recently as 2021, ahead of the West Bengal Assembly elections, I remember JP Nadda was denied permission to visit Murshidabad as part of his Parivartan rally. And what was the excuse by Mamata Banerjee? Law and order could go out of the window if JP Nadda visits Murshidabad. And today the same Rahul Gandhi, who's never once commented on his alliance partners, even for that matter Ashok Gehlot.
Okay.
I remember at the peak of COVID, just 10 seconds, at the peak of COVID, Hindus were not allowed to celebrate Holi in Kota. But Muharram procession, Eid ul-Fitr, Eid ul-Azha, there was no sanction, there was no bar on that. So Rahul Gandhi is the last person who should be waxing eloquent on what a state government should do or not do. You've lost Rajasthan, but you would do well to at least give some good advice to Revanth Reddy in Telangana, because the BJP does not need Rahul Gandhi's certificates on morality or political acumen.
Let me bring in Mr. Jindal. Mr. Jindal, you're a Congress member and supporter. I just want to ask you a simple question. When there have been religious rallies in Rajasthan, for example, a state that the Congress was in power till about a month and a half, or in Chhattisgarh, or in other states where the Congress has been in power, even in Karnataka, certain processionists were told that you cannot take this particular path because it will create a law and order situation. Please take that path. And when they did defy the orders, and they did take, in one or two cases, the wrong path, you went ahead and prosecuted some of those people, or your governments prosecuted some of those people for endangering the peace. Today you have a situation where Rahul Gandhi is standing on top of a bus, encouraging his supporters to dismantle barricades, cross over, break the law, take the law in their own hands, quite literally. And he is lauding these people, this anarchism, by suggesting that they are Babbar Sheikhs. There is a man called Donald Trump who was hauled up for the abetment of the so-called invasion of their Senate in America. And the case has gone to its logical conclusion there. So I'm asking you, does Rahul Gandhi think he's above the law?
Well, Rahul, since you spoke about the law, there is always equality before the law. On 10th of January 2024, we had JP Nadda following the same very route that Rahul Gandhi is pursuing now. But at that point of time, JP Nadda was given the permission. But now, what reasons have been cited? The state administration has said that due to traffic jam issues, due to management issues, they are not giving permission to the Congress Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra. I want to ask you one question.
One second, Mr. Jindal, just a minute. Are we going to compare? Now, I don't know the circumstances under which Mr. JP Nadda, maybe he had a smaller delegation, maybe he had 5 less cars. I would believe the Congress party's Rahul Gandhi would have a legion of people behind him. Millions of Indians would be queuing up to follow Rahul Gandhi. Would it not be the case, sir? Would it not be a significant larger, would it not be a significant larger gathering than what Mr. J.P. Nadda could sort of assemble? I'm sure, sir, you would say that Rahul Gandhi is a much bigger leader. Millions of Indians would follow him, and that would swamp. So, you know, different contexts, different pretexts, different solutions, and different. Let's not compare those. The administration has deemed, you could have moved court, you could have said, look, I don't agree. I will go immediately to the court. I will get a stay on this order. I will exercise my rights. No. What do? You assemble your people, you incite them, you call them Babbar Sher to do this. Now, what is the common man going to think?
Well, Rahul, you must be aware that through the yatra, there were certain hooligans, the BJP supporters, who had physically assaulted the state provincial Congress.
I am talking about this incident. One second, just one second. Mr. Jindal, I am talking about the circumstances. No, one second, sir.
And the state administration.
Mr. Jindal, one second.
Don't you think the state administration is also responsible for this form of a reaction by the Congress cadres?
In that matter that you are referring to, Himanta Biswa Sarma came out and said that cases must be lodged against anybody who tried to disrupt by taking the law into their own hands. The rally of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Yes or no? Isn't that a fact?
Certainly. But
so he rose above, one second. So he rose above partisan, one second. To uphold the law, he rose above partisan interests. But Rahul Gandhi is not rising above partisan interests. One second,
legally, is it wrong to hold a rally? Tell me one law. Tell me one law which states that the number of people that you can carry out or number of people that you can join the rally has not been specified.
One second. I am now towards the end of this. I have 1 minute on this. Remember, we ate into this debate time. So, viewers, I just want to sum this up. You can't have a situation. You can't have a situation where the law must apply unequally.
So these are double standards.
No, one second. No, I'm sorry. How? If they are, then go to the court.
I'm sorry.
If you are so. 1 second. If you are law and order is state subject, viewers. If someone deems it. 1 second, please. If someone deems it necessary to apply the law in a particular way, i.e., to channel a yatra in a particular route or a particular direction, that must be heeded. If there is an element of malafide, go to the court. Get the order evicted. But you cannot, nowhere in this country, I have to wrap up, ma'am, I'm sorry, but nowhere in this country. Ma'am, I began with you. You got your entire time. I began with you.
I just need 10 seconds more.
Okay, to say what?
I just want to say this to you, Rahul, that during the Bharat Jodo Yatra, you had an entire anti-Modi cabal, Aruna Roy, Swara Bhaskar, Anand Patwardhan, Radhika Vemula. Did the Modi government stop anyone? Even Soros employee Salil Shetty was there. We didn't stop anyone.
Okay, 1 second. Viewers, look, the law is the law. Either you work to uphold it, and if you don't, then viewers, you are seen as somebody undermining the law. I'm going to leave it at that. I'll leave it for you to judge. I'll take a short break. When we come back, viewers, very important message by the Prime Minister today on the back of the Pran Pratishtha yesterday. We come back to that.
Co-powered by
Viewers, it is often said that we live in the present, in the here and the now, and memories once framed can be immediately summoned at the click of a button. Sometimes we can summon them from the depths of our minds, from our mind's eye, right onto our telephone. And toward that end, the Prime Minister, viewers, decided today to tweet a video capturing the best moments from yesterday's epical Pran Pratishtha ceremony to be relived, enjoyed by devotees and the curious alike. Here's that video message, viewers, quite moving and poignant.
सदियों की प्रतीक्षा के बाद हमारे राम आ गए। ये क्षण अलौकिक है, ये पल पवित्रतम है। हमारे लिए ये अवसर सिर्फ विजय का नहीं, विनय का भी है। राम आग नहीं है, राम ऊर्जा है। राम विवाद नहीं, राम समाधान है। राम सिर्फ हमारे नहीं है, राम तो सबके हैं।
One of the questions that comes around is, what does this mean for Bharat? What does it mean for Bharat as a Hindu way of life or as Hindustan? And more importantly, the role of women in Bharatiya society. Is Hindu society discriminatory? Do we have an inherent gender bias? We'll talk to three ladies, very educated, erudite, who are with us at this point, and we'll ask them these questions और वही हमें जवाब देंगे. Professor Deepa Singh is with us of the Hindu Post. Srimati India Tiwari is with us, educationist herself. Namaste. And we'll start with Acharya Dr. Sumedha ji, who's the Pradhyapak, if I may say, or she runs a Gurukul for ladies. And this is the Srimad Dayananda Kanya Gurukul Mahavidyalaya. नमस्ते आप सबको बहुत बहुत. देखिए याद रहा, मैं भूला नहीं, आपने मुझे बताया. पर ये सिर्फ महिलाओं के लिए गुरुकुल, ये कब से चल रहा है?
गुरुकुल महिलाओं के लिए भी होते हैं और बालकों के लिए भी होते हैं. और जो हमारा गुरुकुल है, आपने पूछा कब से चल रहा है, ये 1988 से 6 मार्च 1988 को इसकी स्थापना हुई थी. बिल्कुल ग्रामीण अंचल में ग्रामीण बालिकाओं को शिक्षा, संस्कार और स्वावलंबी बनाने के लिए.
पर किस तरह की, आचार्य जी मैं आपको टोक रहा हूँ, पर किस तरह की शिक्षा? तो इसमें आप वैदिक शिक्षा भी,
उसमें वैदिक शिक्षा भी है, संस्कृति की शिक्षा है. ये इसलिए आवश्यक है क्योंकि वैदिक शिक्षा से, संस्कृत की शिक्षा से बालिकाओं में या किसी मनुष्य में भी संस्कार आते हैं. परंतु इसके साथ साथ जो ज्ञान विज्ञान की शिक्षा है, मैथ साइंस वगैरह, वो सब है. अपनी बालिकाएं नेट JRF क्वालिफाई करती हैं. 175 बालिकाओं ने अब तक किया है. 96 बालिकाओं का तो JRF है. 2 बच्चियां IIT मुंबई में गई हैं बिना कोचिंग के, बिना कोचिंग के.
पर ये कहा जाता है वैदिक शिक्षा कहीं ना कहीं डिस्क्रिमिनेटरी, पुरुष प्रधान है. हिंदू समाज और हिंदू रीति रिवाज पुरुष प्रधान है. इस पर आप क्या कहेंगे आचार्य?
मैं इस पर ये कहूँगी कि ये बहुत बड़ा भ्रम है. जैसे बहुत सारे भ्रम हो जाते हैं. एक समय में हमारा भारत देश विश्व का गुरु था, परंतु आज हम देखते हैं अभी कुछ दिन से थोड़ा सा परिवर्तन आया है. परंतु आज़ादी के 70 साल तक लगभग हम ऐसा कह सकते हैं, जो था कभी गुरु है न उसमें शिष्य की भी योग्यता, इस प्रकार से हो गया था. तो बहुत सारा उलट पुलट हो जाता है. महिलाओं के लिए शिक्षा अत्यंत आवश्यक है. और मैं तो ये कहूँगी, बालकों को पढ़ाओ या ना पढ़ाओ, परंतु वेदों में, दर्शनों में, उपनिषदों में, प्राचीन साहित्य में सब जगह ये लिखा है कि महिलाओं को तो अवश्य ही पढ़ाना चाहिए. महिलाओं के लिए बहुत सारे मंत्र बनाए गए हैं. पावकान सरस्वती वाजी भी वाजिनीवती, अर्थात वो तो साक्षात सरस्वती है. जब सरस्वती देवता ज्ञान का देवता है, जो ज्ञान का देवता है, तो उसी को नहीं पढ़ाओगे, वो ज्ञान का देवता तो तभी बनेगा कि जब वो पढ़ा लिखा होगा. तो हमारा ज्ञान का देवता ही सरस्वती है. तो फिर महिलाओं को क्यों नहीं पढ़ाना चाहिए? लोग क्यों भूल जाते हैं ऐसी बात? ऋग्वेद में इतना सुंदर मंत्र आता है, जहाँ पर अज्ञानी मानव बालक ये कहते हैं, हे देवी अम्बि तमे नदी तमे सरस्वती, देवी तमे सरस्वती अप्रशस्ता इव स्मसी प्रशस्ति मम बनस्कृधि. हे अम्बि तमे, हे माता, तुम मेरी प्रशस्त माता है. नदी तमे तो उपदेश करने वाली है, और देवी तमे दिव्य गुणों वाली है. और आगे का सरस्वती, इस बात पर विशेष ध्यान आकृष्ट करना चाहूँगी, तू ही ज्ञान विज्ञान की प्रदात्री है. हम कुछ अप्रशस्त से हो गए हैं, हम कुछ मलिन से हो गए हैं, कुछ गंदे से हो गए हैं, हम शैतान हो गए हैं. प्रशस्ति मम बनस्कृधि, हे माता, तुम हमें प्रशस्त बना सकती हो, ज्ञान विज्ञान से परिपूरित बना सकती हो, अपना लक्ष्य समझा सकती हो. तो मैं तो ये कहूँगी कि आप जब यदि पूछेंगे, समय देंगे, तो बहुत सारा हमारा वैदिक साहित्य और उसके पश्चात होने वाला भी जो साहित्य है, वो सारा इन बातों से भरा पड़ा है. हरित स्मृति में कहा है, द्विविधा स्त्री भवन्ति स्म. 2 प्रकार की स्त्रियाँ होती थी, पहले भी होती थी, अब भी होती हैं, कि ब्रह्मवादिन्य सद्यो वध्वश्च, अर्थात जो ब्रह्मवादिनी भी होती थी, जो पूरा वेद का ज्ञान प्राप्त करती थी, कुछ नहीं पढ़ पाती थी, तो उनका थोड़ा उपनयनम अग्निंधनम, उपनयन संस्कार उनका भी होता था.
तो एक तो महिलाओं का भी होता था, बालिकाओं का भी
अवश्य होता था. जिस समय मैं समझती हूँ कि रावण का भाई जो मेघनाद, वो नकली सीता को बना करके लाया था, और वो डरा रहा था कि देखो इस प्रकार से ये सीता है, तो उसने